terrifyingly, we only have 1 month to go until this baby is here. And it only feels like yesterday when we shared this moment with you.
Things have just got complicated.
I'm pregnant. Living in a boat can be challenging at the best of times, especially when it feels like you've got a beach ball strapped to the front of you. I made some homemade fudge last night and it is so good, I cannot stop eating it. Anyway, this week's video is all about what it's like being pregnant, living on a narrowboat, and also how we're feeling now we're starting to get a little bit more prepared.
Welcome to This Tiny Life. We're Jack and Gabby and we live on this narrowboat. We make videos about slow living and life on the water. If you also strive to live more deliberately, hit subscribe and join the journey. It's quite a big day. As part of our prep for winter and the baby's imminent arrival, we've got a delivery we need to pick up.
Good girl. Good girl, that's it.
Now, one good thing about living on a boat, if what you're collecting is heavy, you can just take your home to it. And fortunately, we're only going a few metres down the canal to try and moor in a friend's garden.
It's a bit touch and go because it's quite shallow, so we're not sure if we're going to actually be able to get close enough to the garden to be able to get the delivery, but we've got a gangplank and a barge pole, so let's see how we get on.
That's closer than I've ever. Going alright a minute. You need to chop your rope.
They've currently got the bow of the boat touching the garden, but not the stern, and the stern is obviously where the space is where we need to unload the delivery. So hopefully, by the time I walk around, it'll all be sorted.
You're gonna walk the plank? Go on then, that's it. Go on. Go on. You can do it. Good girl. There you go. Oh, she's so brave.
What a day. Good girl. Hello, darling.
The other issue we've got is the wheelbarrow is too wide for the boat. So.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to make shifting this that little more complicated.
I think this is going to take all afternoon.
Somehow, this is the first time we've planned ahead with our heating supply in our 4 years of living on the water.
How many of you were praying that I fell in there? Very cruel.
I feel a little bit guilty because I can't help. I can't do any heavy lifting. And these logs weigh a ton, even one of them are quite heavy.
Gabby, you are doing plenty of heavy lifting.
I'm not doing any heavy lifting.
Oh, you have a
Oh.
small person strapped to your front.
That's true, I do my own sort of heavy lifting.
Times. You are doing lots of heavy lifting.
So Jack has to do all of the
The least I can do is lug some timber from the front to the boat. God.
So it's probably going to be about a 3-hour job, I reckon, emptying that big bag of wood. But hopefully this wood will keep us going for, what, a month and a half minimum?
Probably longer than that. The thing is, it's a lot of work now, but you know, in the longer term, this is going to save us time, it's going to save us money. So that's kind of how you got to think about it, isn't it? And it's a beautiful day. So really, what's not to like? It's like an agility course as well, isn't it? Yeah, keeps you fit, keeps you moving, bit of weightlifting. How much do people pay for gyms? You could just come here and
help us with some
help
wood.
us with some wood.
With a newborn due in December, we don't want to run out of wood. This is our only heating source, so we've made the decision to buy local seasoned logs. With a good stock up now, it should save a job when the baby's here, as I'm pretty sure we're going to be kept busy enough.
I do have the slight fear that I will fall in. Made the upgrade from the wheelbarrow to Binny. That's one bin, one wheelbarrow load down. How many more do you reckon it's going to be? Come on, Binny. I'm going to tell myself we're halfway. That's what I'm going to tell myself. We're pretty much halfway. I have a feeling we should have gone for a half load.
It's looking like quite a lot of wood. Where are we going to put it? Yeah, slightly regretting the full cubic bag worth. But who knows how much wood is in a cubic bag's worth of wood? We had no idea.
Until you can see it with your own eyes, you've got no idea how much it is. We're not obviously going to keep the wood in this pile next to the stove. So basically I've got to unload it from that bag into a bin, and then from that bin into a smaller bag into the boat, and then when it's in the boat we go back to our mooring, and then got to take it out of the boat and find somewhere to shove it. So
we're going to have to make some sort of wood cover, I think.
I think by the end of today I might die. But the good news is I'm really, really hot, so I don't need the heating on. Easy. Starting to run out of room. This might sound like I've gone slightly delirious after having to shift all of this wood, but I absolutely love doing things like this. It just feels really, really satisfying. And we've talked before about how, you know, one of the things that we love the most about this lifestyle is it is much more of a considered way to live. It's much more deliberate. Doing things like this, you know, getting the wood, moving it into the boat, stacking it all up, and knowing that this is going to be what will keep us warm throughout winter. It feels very, very satisfying and very rewarding. And we've talked before about how, you know, if we ever do move off the boat, one of our absolute dreams would be to try and find a small holding and try to become even more self-sufficient. And, you know, we could go and gather wood from the side of the canal, but we haven't really got the roof space to season it and dry it. And this time round, this year, this is the best option for us. But I do find it very, very satisfying. Just knowing that doing all of this work now is going to pay off when it gets bitterly cold in November and December. Those days where the canal freezes over and you just got to hunker down and stay inside the boat. Keeping cosy next to the wood burner. Saying that, I'm sure there's a few of you who are sitting there being like, that looks like such a waste of time. I much prefer sitting in a nice toasty warm house, clunk of the button with central heating. But yeah, for us, just I find it satisfying. I like it. I like the way of life. It's not always easy, but yeah. Anyone else relate? Or do you think I've gone loopy? Oh, that's right.
Whoa. That's crazy, isn't it? If you were in a house and you had that stacked up in a woodlog store,
Yeah.
I think it would look normal, but when it takes over half your boat. What a lad.
Yeah.
There's more in here.
Where's it all gonna go?
I'm not sure. Do you fancy building a wood store? I'm leaving Jack to have to unload all of the wood into the makeshift wood store because I've got to go and do this online birthing course that I've signed up to. It's like a free NCT online birthing course to try and find out a little bit more about what happens when you give birth. This is part of my preparation, so I'm going to log on to that. And Jack is just going to finish unloading all of the wood, bless him.
probably not the best example of how I like the fire in the morning. I forgot to open up the air vents, so it kicked a load of smoke out into the room. But usually to light it, I use something called the Swiss method, which is kind of the opposite to how you were probably taught to light a fire. So you know how normally you'd go, small kindling at the bottom and then get bigger and bigger and bigger until you can start putting bigger logs on. The Swiss method, you put the big logs on the bottom, then thicker bits of kindling, and then you build like a pyramid all the way up with newspaper on top. And it works really well normally, apart from when I try and film it. The reason I do it that way though is we put the newspaper on top so that it creates an instant woof of heat to get the chimney going. Because this stove is so massive, we need to make sure there's enough heat going up that chimney to create a draft, to create that draw. It's always the case, you'll light it 100 times perfectly, and then when you come to filming it or showing one of your friends how you do it, that's when the problems come. So now that the fire's all going, I'm going to make what is our favourite drink to have on a winter's morning, which is chai. If you're a chai fan, then give the video a little thumbs up to let me know. But it's just one of those drinks which is proper cosy, it's really warming, it's a little bit sweet, so it's a bit of a treat, but it's our favourite thing to have when it's a bit cold outside.
If you've not had chai before, it's essentially spiced tea with ginger, cardamom and plenty of other nourishing spices. We've popped a guide with our recipe over on our website, thistiny.life, or you can click the link in the description below.
Just a warning, this is when I'm most likely to make a big mess because I'm not very good at pouring. I've made such a mess. Oh.
Oh dear. Is that all the chai gone?
Told you. I don't know what it is. I'm just not coordinated enough to be able to pour stuff. Can you have a go?
Yeah, you want to do it high.
Oh, you're there.
Height. Yeah, here we go. Guess that's how you do it. Oh, once you had the pour going, I think you should have continued.
Yeah, I panicked. Right, that's worse.
Oh, it looks awful.
Right, we both made a complete mess of that. Right, why do, whenever they design pans with like a little pouring lip on it, or jugs, when you get milk jugs, when you go and get a cup of tea out and it comes with that little tiddly jug with the tiniest little lip on it, they're useless. Always useless. We need to get a bigger pan with a bigger spout. It's always good to blame your tools. And there we go. Delicious chai. Perfect for a cosy winter morning. One for you and one for your beloved.
Thank you. Delicious. Just have a rest. It's been a busy day.
Just move your hand.
What?
Nothing. It's just like sometimes you get like an angle because sometimes like from behind you just don't look any different, and then suddenly
it's large, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a shelf. We haven't got a full-length mirror on board. Yesterday I went to the loo in a disabled toilet with a big mirror on the back, and I was like, oh my goodness, you are ginormous. I haven't seen myself in like weeks. Oh, getting big in there, baby. That's lovely. I wanted to share a little bit about, I guess, the journey we've been on and what's next. So we've now been living on the boats for 4 years, just over 4 years. And when we came to live on the water on our first boat, I think me more than Jack, I was kind of a bit of a different person. Not in like, you know, we both always loved the outdoors and really cared about the environment and loved nature, but not to the extent that I do now. And I feel like I've kind of learned to really appreciate time and the simple things in life. And it's like this lifestyle that has given me that heightened appreciation of life. And where we were 4 years ago, starting boat life, was, you know, we were 4 years younger. We were like totally new to this lifestyle, eager to learn. And I think we've learned so much along the way that we're now at a different stage in our lives. And being aware that I'm about to bring a child into this lifestyle, I think is incredible. And I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to give this little one this kind of way of life from the very beginning of its life. So I had the most amazing upbringing. I've got the best parents and I've had the most like loving environment, I guess. And I just think if I can give my child that, and also everything that I've learned from this lifestyle of appreciating the outdoors so much and living and growing up amongst it, I just think that's so special. And I'm excited to have a little one that I can kind of instill that in, if that makes sense. And I start welling up because I think it's really, I don't know, I feel privileged. The next steps for us are obviously getting this boat ready. And in terms of what we still need to do to be actually ready for the baby coming is not that much, because I go through these different stages of being completely overwhelmed and feeling like we have so much to do and we're not ready to be parents and we've not got what we need. And then I realise, and I read comments from people that leave comments on these videos, thank you so much, that are like, you don't need much, you just need somewhere the baby to sleep and, you know, and love, and it'll be fine. We're really lucky that our closest friends are 4 months ahead of us. So they've got a 4-month-old baby, so we're just going to be having their hand-me-downs with clothing, which is so lucky. Apart from, I need to show you actually, we just have been gifted this beautiful collection of clothes from this company who I really, really love. So they're called The Simple Folk, and they are really, truly sustainable. They've got traceable production lines. Their factories use sustainable practices. The materials are fully organic and they use plant-based dyes, and they do their clothes in small batches, which is like really important for, well, it's one of the worst things about fast fashion is just the mass production, and then those clothes and lines don't get sold. So the fact they do small batches of the most beautiful baby clothes, I've got to show you, I love them. Look at this. It's a little cardigan. A little wrap cardigan. It's like the softest thing. The socks. Oh my goodness. Little baby leggings. Little baby leggings. Oh, okay, and last thing I'll show you from the bag. It's little booties. Little booties. Because it's winter, the baby's going to be, you know, needing to wrap up warm. So cute. I'm really, really excited. It kind of feels crazily real. But in a month's time, there's going to be a little one here. And we'll be a little family unit of 4 with Tilly.
There might be a few of you that are watching this being like, how on earth are they going to bring a baby onto this boat when it's still in the middle of renovations? And the thing is, it is fairly chaotic. I haven't tied it up. So, I mean, when you give it a little bit of a tidy, it becomes a lot more bearable. Boats in general are fairly chaotic. You make like one meal in the kitchen and it looks like the scene of a car crash. But we have got to the stage now with the renovations where it is fairly livable. I mean, we've got a mountain of jobs that we still need to do to complete this project, but now we've got the wood burner in here. That keeps us nice and toasty, and it's what we cook on as well. We do need to get a washing machine in the kitchen, so that is a job that will be done before the baby is here. And I have just finished one thing which has been on my list for so long and honestly has changed how we're living on board. So up until now, our bath has kind of been our storage tank of everything. We have pretty much used it like it was a shed throughout this boat build. And it's been fine because during summer, we've been able to wash outside on the towpath or be in here and just do a bit of a flannel wash. However, now it's winter and it's much colder outside. Standing there half naked with a bucket of hot water isn't really workable. Plus, you know, when it's chilly, not so flattering if you're a man. So I have finally cleared the bath out, managed to get the right plumbing fittings, and it's up and running. It's really got quite an impressive flow, that, hasn't it? Obviously, before the baby is here, we're still going to be cracking on with the renovations and getting as prepared as we possibly can be. Gabby is now away on her final work trip before baby arrives, and I just wanted to say how amazing I think she is. Obviously, when we got the news, it was fairly unexpected, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. It's been a very emotional journey, and you know, even though we've been together for over a decade, I don't think we'd ever feel ready to be going through a moment like this. You know, even disregarding like everything that's going on with the boat. But Gabby has just been so strong, so resilient, has just dealt with everything, just so incredible. I just find her such an inspiration, and yeah, she's going to be an amazing mum, and I feel so blessed and so lucky to be going through this moment with her. So yeah, might sound a bit cringe saying that out loud, but yeah, I just feel very, very lucky. And also I just want to say thank you to you as well for watching and being part of this journey, because we've now got, I think, around, well, is it 12,000 subscribers to this channel, and it's such an amazing community, because honestly every week when we put up a new video and we go through your comments, and it never fails to bring us a smile. Honestly, we love it so much. So thank you for being part of this. Thank you for watching. I think that's probably it for this week's video. If you have watched this and you've enjoyed it and you don't already, if you could tap that red button down there that says subscribe and the little bell icon next to it, that would be awesome. And if you would like to buy us a coffee as well, that's really very appreciated. And to all of those who have bought us a coffee already, honestly, thank you so much. The link for how to do that will be down below in the description. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this week's video, and we will see you next time. Bye.